The basic difference between developed locality and developing locality would be, as the name suggests, the developed locality would have all the infrastructure in place in terms of school, colleges, social infrastructure in terms of shopping centers, and then all those medical facilities, and it would have, I would say, it would be a bit densely populated because that locality would have developed 25, 30 years back, and you would have all those localities normally come around the CBDs, which is central business districts, and over a period of time it gets bit of overcrowded, and that's where people start to move to peripheries, and that's where the sister location, or let's say the secondary location, starts to come up. So now, coming to developing a location, these location might be, within the reach of these CBDs or existing developed localities, where slowly a lot of uh, uh, infrastructures are coming up or they are being announced. It starts with few of the uh, commercial entities starting to come up, followed by some infrastructure development, and then followed by some kind of social infrastructure in terms of school, colleges, and hospitals. These uh, and then the developer starts to launch the project. But again, the livability of these developing projects would take another 2 to 3 years to match up to what the developed locality offers. So when I have to kind of decide, the cost plays a different, the major role. Now, for example, let's say, as I mentioned earlier, that most of these developed localities would be in and around the central business districts, where most of the offices would be there, and that's the reason people, in spite of being confined to a smaller units, prefer, because their working spaces are quite near them. So the prices normally is quite high in terms of capital value, because this is a proven and well established locality. So when you talk about the prices of upcoming locality, the difference might be huge. It might be the difference. The difference might be in the range of 30 to 40%, because these upcoming localities are called upcoming localities because lot many promised projects are going to come up. Lot many IT parks would be announced. Lot many infrastructure might be coming up, but still the execution is a risk. So in a country like India, where a lot of legal hassles are involved in completing the infrastructure projects, the risk element is still there in the upcoming localities, and that's why you'll see the price difference quite huge in terms of developed and developing locality. So now, for example, you want to buy a house, and the pricing is kind of restricting you to buy a house in a developed locality. So you do a proper research. You first understand whether on the contours of which this locality is promised to be developing in a near future, will they hold good? All the projects are there on the government side which are announced, which is kind of increasing the attractiveness of that particular locality. Check that, and once you're convinced, I think it's a wise decision to buy a project in a upcoming locality, because that gives you the benefit of a lower price, a relatively bigger ticket size as compared to the developed locality, and and then once you are assured that this locality will be the next developed locality, I think that would be the right decision to buy in an upcoming locality.
Please like, share and comment on this video, and do not forget to subscribe to MBTV.